we have ours.
Yeah, sure. Let's take a look.
Let's take a look.
Where's the
MC's
sensor bar?
MC went to bed.
I hope not.
It's like flickering.
Max made him take
we got
top.
it. Is it?
All right.
Good.
What?
Let's see. We've got the True Master Sword.
mic was still muted. I'm professional. Hello, and welcome to the stream, I guess. Nothing fancy. We're playing Heaven Will Be Mine, which is a visual novel, I think, about mechs and flirting, is my understanding of it. I don't know a ton about this game. I didn't do a ton of research. I was just like, mechs, and I'm on a mech kick recently. So we're gonna jump in. Let's open this game. You know, I didn't open it to make sure it worked, so hopefully this goes smoothly. Ah, it's working. Hold on. Is it working? Is it gonna work on the... Let's see if it works on the... Yep, there it is. It just takes a second sometimes. Okay. Options. It's probably fine. Credits. Short credits. This isn't... Oh, and of course, thank us. Look at us. Oop. This is some nice spacey music, but let's get into it. We select a pilot. Okay. Saturn. Faction Celestial Mechanics. Self-ship string of pearls. Celestial Mechanics reserve test pilot. Celestial Mechanics want to advance humanity to its next stage. Saturn wants to flirt. There is no reason you can't do both. Combat style, button mashing. Bedroom style, button mashing. Good to know. Lunaterra. Faction Memorial Foundation. Self-ship Crisum? Crisum? Yeah, Happy New Year's Eve. This is a visual novel about mechs. Memorial Foundation ace pilot fighting the pilots to join the rest of the humanity fighting for pilots to join the rest of humanity back on Earth before it's too late. Good at sniping, espionage, double crossing, ghosting, bad at loving yourself, everything else. Okay, good to know. And we'll check out Pluto. Faction Cradle's Grace. Self-ship Kun Mulka. Cradle's Grace ultimate weapon pilot. Even if Earth has given up on new life for humanity in space, Cradle's Grace hasn't, and Pluto will make that dream come true. Likes succulents, good girls, crushing, both kinds, everyone. Dislikes is trying very hard not to have any. Yeah, learn to love yourself, Luna. You should love yourself. So we gotta pick a girl. I think we're probably gonna get through all of them, because I don't think this is a super long game. Let's do Lunaterra. Or should we save her? Because I like her. I think she's my favorite so far. Let's just start with what they defaulted us to, which is Saturn. Saturn. So, wants to flirt, but there's no reason. Celestial Mechanics wants to advance humanity to its next stage, and Saturn wants to flirt. There's no reason you can't do both. Let's go, Saturn. Oh. Welcome, Provisional Test Pilot Saturn. Your clearance level is 1. Testing and maintenance. Warning. Potential damage to cockpit hardware detected. Hardware detected, not hardwire. Modifying or tampering with cockpit hardware and or firmware is strictly prohibited. Mercury. Saturn, what are you doing? Bypass override accepted. Launch attempt block. No handshake with base. Oh, hey, Mercury. It's us. We're Saturn. Not much. Launch attempt blocked. Base handshake spoof detected. Oh. Just hacking the OS root of the ship self. You. Base handshake 20. Ooh, doesn't look good. Base handshake accepted. Trying to stop some brat from hijacking the prototype, apparently. Emergency launch override initiated. Prepare for launch in T-minus 120 seconds. Calm down, Mercury. I'm just borrowing it. I am not debating. I am trying to save your life. The commander will be furious, and he won't accept you stealing the Cornerstone project from the designated pilot. It's not a big deal. I'll have it back before you know it. This is privileged information, but the designated pilot has to launch right this second and to get that machine back to Earth before they get here. This is the worst possible time. It couldn't be worse if you planned it. Everyone in the system somehow knows this base location, and they're heading here now. Notice, user launch override blocked, denied by base. Oh wow, weird. How did that happen? User launch override blocked, denied by base. User launch override blocked, denied by base. You planned it, didn't you? You forgot an apostrophe. Base override, remote shut down in 30 seconds. No one can prove anything, especially not the designated pilot unconscious in Locker 27. Whoops, looks like they're trying to kick me out, huh? Saturn, I know you're mad, but you can't do this when you can't do this when they catch you. It's gonna be so bad. Can you just please act like you're pranking them? There's still time. I will beg them. Oh, such a worry. You've got hours to evacuate to the capital ship. They're never going to engage you this far from base. It'll be distracting them, and I'll be distracting them. I have it all figured out. Except for how you're gonna do anything at all and accomplish that with everyone trying to kill you. Base override, remote shutdown in 20 seconds. Saturn, try to have a little faith. Base override, remote shutdown in 15 seconds. Saturn, calm down. Jeez, it doesn't take a genius to drive one of these things to the moon. Who cares which one of us does it? Or do you think I can't? Remote shutdown in 10 seconds. That's not the issue. The commander cares, and you know better than anyone what he's like. Base override, is the commander our dad or something, maybe? That's my guess. Command override remote shutdown in 9 seconds. Ooh. Epatus will just have to get used to it, lol. Remote shutdown in 8 seconds. Saturn, what are you trying to prove? 7 seconds. 6 seconds. So much Mercury. 5 seconds. But give me a little credit. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. I have much higher ambitions than just being a bad word. IFF sequence missing. Base override cancelled. I almost got worried for a second, lol. Welcome, assigned pilot. Full permissions granted. Saturn, I'm gonna die, and it will be your fault. Oh, come on. I'll get this to the moon safe and sound, and let the Severance project be complete. I'll be very good. I'll be good, and maybe do everything I'm supposed to do. Maybe. I know I'm the second choice, but they'd rather have that than nothing, right? Very generous with me, isn't it? They will not accept that. They will sort of have to, won't they? If Command didn't want to steal one, then they shouldn't have benched me indefinitely. If the Command didn't want me to steal one, then they shouldn't have benched me indefinitely. Emergency launch initiated. Let me know when he starts admitting it. Warning, hostile launch. Catapult locked on. High risk of damage to your ship self. Jeez, now they're just being needy. Mercury, isn't it just the worst when someone doesn't care anymore and starts clinging just because they found... you found someone new? Ooh, that sounded pointed. Prepping weapon systems. Electronics level surging. Weapons operational. So gross, lol. Emergency launch initiated. There we are. I can't believe I really did it. I really, really did it. Everyone who said if I was good, I'd get my chance again sure was a liar. I got away in the ship, and I got away. I've got a ship, and she's all mine. You're beautiful. I want to know everything about you. I miss this so much. What's better than much better than the test machines when I was in the academy. She's beautiful. She's a wicked machine with lots of secrets, and just as giddy. She is beautiful. She's a wicked machine with lots of secrets, and just as giddy as her pilot to be free. She's extremely responsive, eager to do everything Saturn wants. This is a cool mech design. Look at it. It's got like legs. It's got like a head that's like a rabbit head, and it's got a cool mask, and then it's like curled up on itself, and then here are its legs, and then it's got a tail. Mechs with tails are very good. You're even worth reading the manual for. What's in what's in you? You're not hiding anything from me, are you? But Saturn already knows everything in the manual and more. It's a very cagey document that doesn't do the ship justice, and it's certainly hiding something. There's plenty of information on how to use her electromagnetic poisons, and how to cheat distance and gravity. All that is fun, but none of it tells her the first thing about how to be a ship. This is useless. How can this help diagnose anything when I don't know the first thing about being a ship? When they don't know the first thing about being a ship? So wrong. Way too dry. That's not what it's like at all. It's a body that's also a soul. It means exactly what it is. That's why it's small, curved and wicked edges in some place, but curved in soft ways elsewhere. Sharp claws and a deadly tail, but cute enough to hug. Yeah, see? Sharp eyes and deadly tail. Very huggable. So perfectly suited for Saturn, one has to understand exactly why they wouldn't give it to her. Really perfect. Fits better than a human body. That's reason enough to disobey everyone and run off, isn't it? Oh, speaking of, we're threatening emails from Ippitus. Ippitus, yeah. Missing me already. I gave him a perfectly good deal for someone who always goes on about mutually beneficial arrangements. He's really having trouble seeing the big picture. In the time it takes him to realize that, I'm sure I could find something fun to do in this system. Time to test you out. See if it's really true. Can you give me everything I want, down to the last drop? January 1st, 1980. The long and cold war where humanity united against its nemesis, an extraterrestrial threat from beyond the stars, has been over for a long time. Since the 50s, we've been fighting this war against an it's not extraterrestrial, it's exponential. Is this exponential threat that we cannot understand, cannot perceive. Its power, and is powerless against the technology of, and is power. Okay, since the 50s, we've been fighting this war against an existential threat that we cannot understand, cannot perceive, and is powerless against the technology of Earth. That is a pretty stupid sort of war to fight, isn't it? When there's enough of a mess down here to worry about. Humanity's already undisputed authority of reality, and here we have the physics to prove it. Each time, it's time to return to Earth, our home, the state of the universe. Before Earth takes us back in pieces, let's go home with grace. On the first anniversary of the decommissioned International Space Program, we, Memorial Foundation, Native Sphere, Existential Safety, in agreements with our home planet's unanimous decisions declare there's no future for humanity in space. Let's come home. The Return Resolution, Memorial Foundation, Native Sphere, Existential Safety. January 1st, 1981. It's been 1 year since we declared independence from Memorial Foundation and the rest of Earth. The Cold War is no. The Cold War is officially over, and it feels so light without the gravity weighing us down. How could a tiny handful of colonies, terraformers, and schools hold out against the full authority of Earth? Because that shit doesn't fly past escape velocity. To the power of ship, to power the ship shells we made to fight the Cold War. We made tidal resonators to bring gravity necessary for humans and culture to survive in space. And that gravity is ours now, enough to make a new world, free from the weight of Earth. If Memorial Foundation wants to kill the future, they'll have to come and take it from us. We're thankful for our Cradle's grace, but we're not coming back. Independence Declaration, Cradle's graces. January 25th, 1981. Memorial Foundation and Cradle's Graces have been having fun for a little over a year, and nothing is breaking the stalemate. Earth is getting impatient. They have good reason to believe that the existential threat posed by a divided humanity in space is much greater than any theoretical malevolent entity outside of the native sphere. While kids are fighting, Earth is getting ready to list the humans remaining in space as part of the existential threat. And when they do, they'll send real weapons to end this war fought with plastic toys. Their justification: we are technically less than 100% human, just not human enough to be something else. It's hard to believe that they're really on to us. It's time to make a drastic move. Bring our final piece of prototype ship string of pearls we made in the atmosphere of planet Kronos, which will never be Saturn, to the lunar gravity well where the Memorial Foundation and Cradle's Graces are already headed. Whoever controls that place controls human access to space. We can be sure everything will be in place there. Earth or space, we're just short of 100% human. Let's see how much less than 100% we can get. Initial report, Celestial Mechanics. Day 1. Who are we playing as? Saturn. Saturn returned. In the strange gravity of abandoned Daphinus lab, Saturn lies for the weight of the ruling threat of Pluto's mystery ship. But what are they after? Threat of Pluto's mysterious ship. But what are they after, and will they get it? Joyride Killjoy. Weaving through the planet's sixth rings, Memorial Foundation's ace Lunaterra plays cat and mouse with the renegade ship thief Saturn. Let's check the mail and alerts. Subject. Your apparent promotion. Celestial Division's lead. Author Iphitus. Good job, Saturn. There's no point in... But I should do a different voice. Good job, Saturn. There's no point in being angry with you, so I'll choose to be proud instead. I'll refrain from having you sunk, since that's counterproductive to our intentions for that unit. You were a reserve candidate after all, so you'll do fine. Try not to make too much of a pain in the ass for me. I'll have Mercury reassigned since he apparently doesn't have a say in the matter. How nostalgic. The two of you had so much potential. We'll know how... Well, he knows how to do his job, at least. Do your best to not get String of Pearls sunk. We'll absolutely wash out the biological interface and reassign you permanently if we get the chance. So prove competent enough, and neither of us will have to waste our time. Iphitus, Division Leader, Celestial Mechanics. Subject. Truce ending effective immediately. For origin, Native Sphere Mass Communications. Author, Memorial Foundation, Existential Safety. To all members of the former Memorial Foundation Native Spheres, the Existential Research Division, now known as Celestial Mechanics, this message serves as a formal acknowledgement that the branch has violated the trust and broken the previous of the 1981 Memorial Foundation consensus by violating Clause 3, the development of a viable gravity engine, Clause 7, installation of variable gravity engines into a ship's String of Pearls. Celestial Mechanics is no longer listed as part of Memorial Foundation, will be formally relisted as an independent entity and considered a true existential threat by Memorial Foundation Native Sphere Existential Safety. We are offering forgiveness, so please defect as soon as possible while the appeal grace period is still in effect. Please otherwise expect title retaliation for existential endangerment of humanity's culture. Hyamade Princess Memorial Foundation Native Sphere Existential Safety. Comms. Mercury, don't talk to me. Boy in space on purpose, consummate bridge bunny, not responsible for Saturn. We're insufferable horrible creature, forward all complaints to Mercury. Very fun. Don't talk to me, let's talk to you. You literally messaged me first, you nerd, OMG. Harpy. Come on, baby, I'm sorry, what can I do to make it up to you? Give back the ship! Come on, I'm obviously not doing that. Please, I'm begging you, listen to reason, you have so much left to live for. Oh, Mercury, come on, we both know that's not true. What do you want from me? A list of girls who will shoot me out of orbit. God. Anyways, don't be a crybaby, I'm fine. Saturn, you are extremely wrong if you think that there is a chance that I am at all worried about you. But if you come back, you will be forgiven, but you need to bring it back. Mercury, it's fun playing, but I don't think you've been listening at all. Mercury, it's not that ship anymore, it's me. Mercury, you wouldn't ask me to give up my own self, would you? I'm sailing on a ship now of myself. I'm sailing on a ship of myself now, and I'm not giving it back until gravity drags me back, kicking and screaming. I can't deal with you. Thank you, baby. Kiss, kiss. You are a nightmare, and I'm giving up trying to save you from yourself. I love you. I hate you so much. You can't stay mad at me. I can't, and it's horrible, but revenge will come because literally everyone else in the universe can. I can't, and it's horrible, but my revenge will come because literally everyone else in the universe can. Oh darn. Guess I should have fun while it lasts. Saturn, if you defect, I cannot protect you. Iphitus is furious. He's going to come personally for you if you don't come back. I told you, I do all the missions. What don't you believe me, LOL? Obviously not. LOL, fair. Okay, let me ask you this. Do you think I give up on the Eversion project? Go on. Iphitus wants us to fight and for a new self beyond this ship self, but not even get a taste until the end? Fuck that. My house now. Tell us which of the two of us you trust less. Mercury. Channel closed. Good. Data log. Oh, this is just like... I can just get logs of the talking, which is fun. Alignment. Oh, so this is like how like chill we are with each faction. That's just the thing. Mission select. So this one's... Should we go see the Pluto, or should we go see Lunaterra? Let's see Pluto. I want to see Pluto. I can delay. Yeah, let's launch. Let's go to that one. What do you mean I can feel her presence? Please don't try to sound that cool. I can feel her presence. Everyone can feel her presence. It's right now. How could you possibly ignore something like that? Shut up. I mean, I can feel it physically. Oh. Wait, like how? I can feel it. Feels like I'm gonna throw up. Like it's like a spitting upside down, and I can't. It's like I'm spitting upside down and can't stop. Are you sure you haven't somehow concussed yourself and given yourself gravity sickness from all the damage you've managed to inflict on yourself in the past 12 hours? Yes, and it's on top of that. Also, shut up. String of Pearls is feeding me sensory information on a direct line. I'm a human being with 5 senses, and she's trying to cram a dozen more into me. By direct line, you are in fact talking about the extremely creepy physical interface connection between you and String of Pearls, correct? It really, really is, right? It's truly incredible how we agree about everything, and I still feel the opposite about it. This is why you keep hesitating before giving me the intel? Yes, because you're going to do the opposite of what you should do with it. But I also can't not tell you because you might die, so running support for you is incredibly anxiety-inducing affair. It must be hard. Thank you for acknowledging it. So, you're gonna tell me what's after me? You've already figured it out, haven't you? But yes, it's that Kratos Grace masterwork. Celestial Mechanics traded the knowledge for how to finish String of Pearls in exchange for what they needed to finish Krun Malka. It should be pretty funny if they got us this way in the end. It's headed directly to the lab. We've already evacuated on the capital ship, but you are its highest priority. Should I play bait? If anything, it's more important that you get back to the native sphere first. In order to make contact, we need String of Pearls. We believe if you hide in the abandoned Defini's lab, you can use the decaying gravity furnace for cover. Ah, that's sensible. But bait sounds like a lot more fun, you know. Really? Come on, Ivitus must think that their pilots is a real idiot if she's gonna waste her time on a wild goose chase like that. He wouldn't just sacrifice you like that. He would. There must be backups for making contact. Just because I'm the easiest option doesn't mean I'm the only one. He's testing to see if I'm worth investing in or if I'm just gonna get myself killed. Why run? Why not have it out with her? I bet she's thinking the same thing too. Be careful, Saturn. I can tell if you can tell what they're thinking, they can tell what you're thinking. Please, if I really could do something like that, you wouldn't have kicked me out of the pilots. They wouldn't have kicked me out of the pilots. And how do you know the pilot is a she? Then how do you know the pilot's a she? Because boys can't pilot. Definus, the tiny shepherd moon so small it barely earns the name, tumbles through the Keller gap, ruffling the rings of the planet it orbits. It houses the last official laboratory of Earth's decommissioned space program, training ground of failures like Saturn and special girls like Pluto. Saturn remembers feeling cramped, anxious, and scary. Saturn remembers it feeling cramped, anxious, and scary. No, wait, Pluto remembers it that way. Saturn remembers when it used to feel so special to be chosen, a candidate for the last generation of pilots. But didn't Pluto feel that way too? Sometimes two things are true. In this place, gravity is quietly degenerating, and the distances are becoming ambiguous, between past, present, between me and you. The Defini lab seems smaller to Saturn now, though not as tiny as it feels to Pluto, and that's obvious, no longer people-sized. She tears through it like like worms in an apple. But there's a much bigger worm here, and she doesn't know anymore if this is a good idea. What was a good idea? Saturn doesn't have any ideas. She's just trying to hide. Even though there's no place where you can not be felt by me. Alert. Tidal renaissance. If. Or IFF. Confirms enemy. Warning. Gravitational hazard. Danger. Pressure exceeding safe range. I know it's extremely exciting. Stop making me so nervous. Supermassive. Small enough to hide this complex, but with a dual reactor denser that the entire moon compressed into the head of a pin. Dual reactor denser than the entire moon. Okay. Supermassive. Small enough to hide in this complex, but with a dual reactor denser than the entire moon compressed into the head of a pin. An hour ago, Saturn felt the gravitational pull of something so big and so close and so powerful that the interior of her cockpit creaked with the pressure, and her head, heart, and eyes welled up with tears. Something that couldn't be anyone other than Pluto. Cool, she must be pretty big, huh? So why is she so hard to find? Saturn has no idea. Why do I have a feeling someone's laughing at me? No one's laughing at Saturn. The lab's been abandoned for years. But Pluto, wherever she is, giggles. Not in a mean way. She really does think it's cute. I haven't thought about Pluto in a long time. Oh man, it would be really funny if she was that monster. It'd be really funny if she was in that monster. Well, now someone is laughing at Saturn. Now someone is laughing at Saturn. Hey, I know someone's here. I can feel you listening. But I can hear you too. And I can catch you. You're not the only one who can fuck with the narrative. Narrow escape or loyal? Outcome favored by celestial mechanics. Mutually assured destruction. Betrayed. Outcome favors cradle grace. I don't know. I feel like we should. I don't know. I didn't pay enough attention to what the factions were about. Oh no. I got distracted. Let's just go with, I feel like... Let's go with narrow escape. Celestial, good at bad decisions. We got an achievement called good at bad decisions. It's easiest to not get caught if you don't care about catching anything. It's just about knowing there isn't a difference. And focusing deeper. And focusing deeper. The real celestial mechanics, the interstellar bodies in space via the forces of gravity, the weight of mass and culture, explained by the story behind them. That's just science. With your own gravity, reach out and pull. Good girl. You know just what to do. Do you like what you've caught? Ah, this is such a cool mag! The Krun Maluka towers Makula. The Krun Makula towers over Saturn. Pluto's ship is so big it barely fits in the lab complex. But it's only a speck compared to how big it feels. Massive enough to wrap loyally space-time, humming and vibrating with nebula dust, and absolutely effortlessly gentle. Without Pluto's most delicate touch, the Krun Macula would have destroyed Saturn and the whole complex without even trying. How much do you trust it? I knew you'd be right behind me or something. If you did, then how come you're not facing this way? I'm an idiot, I guess. You've come a long way just to be an idiot. You must know exactly what this ship can do, right? Did you come to fight me on purpose? And really, that's really brave and really cute. If you can touch me, I can touch you. And I'm not getting close. You came all this way, not even to fight. Aw, that's not cute at all, but it's smart. Hey, don't underestimate me, I'm scary. You think? Maybe I believe you, cute things can also be scary. But I'm curious now. I was worried you were going to waste your chance, smug in your new machine, but you're pretty clever. You want to talk without fighting? If you're good, otherwise I'll bite. So, what did you want to talk about? As Cradle Grace's glittering psychic death machine, you definitely have more important things to do than go out of your way to bully me for no reason, right? Oh, that's right. The man and the fleet are escaping, aren't they? I hope you don't mind falling for this trap. You, silly. I know you're more important than that. More than catching the rest of Celestial Mechanics' fleet? I knew this would be fun, and you knew it too. I'm absolutely delighted about you doing that, just to be clear, so you don't have to read my mind and roast me about it. can't read minds. You know that's not how it works. But also, I don't need to know that. But I did want to know how the biggest overachiever of my juniors turned into such a bad girl. If you really remember, you'd remember I wasn't ever good. I do remember you. Even if you're not good at being bad, do you know what you're doing with the machine that's so dangerous we don't even want to figure out what it does? I think you answered your own question about why I'm keeping it. Are you gonna stop me then? But you don't want to. Hey, stop, don't pry into me. If you're pitying me, I'll make you regret it. Not all of us come out perfect like you. Some of us get thrown out before they see any use at all. I won't pity you. I really would have torn this machine apart. But now that I'm here, gifted little mutant to gifted little mutant, I can't bear to. Because some of us haven't been thrown out yet. Lab-grown girls like us should stick together. I might still make you regret it. Winning isn't my most important task, and it's not yours either. Are you sure about that? You're not who I'm worried about. It's only your boss I can't forgive. Oh, I love hearing that. Tell me more. I'm getting a crush already. Regretting it now? Don't worry. Their faces are so good. There's nothing you can make me regret. Day 2. That was great. Let's see what columns are. Mercury. Mercury, it's an emergency. I'm sorry about everything. It's important. You have to tell Commander that I'm getting so laid. I'm logging off. Bye. I was not fooled for even a second that this would be useful. Really? Not even for a second? I no longer experience hope as a concept. You freed me from it. I'll stop. I'm blushing. What do you want from me, Saturn? Do you know any discreet places to make out on Ares? Goodbye, Saturn! Also, here's the test output data. Saturn! Goodbye! Aren't you gonna read me the data analysis? If it is indeed data and you are not sending me this time and not just nudes... That's rude, I always ask before I send them to you. I don't mind acting as official art director of Saturn's nudes since you need it so badly. It's substantially less tedious than data analysis. But if you were as punctual about sending data cockpit selfies, I would have a lot more data to report. Why are you so incredulous all the time? You stole the prototype, might I remind you? You can't just continue the field testing as if nothing happened. Why not? Because why would you do anything you didn't want to do? What are you planning? Oh. Ugh, fine. They've been dying for it anyway. Cool, how'd I do? Ugh, this is not bad. It's pretty useful. He typed through tears. Don't rub it in! I can't believe your shift self expanded so much already. What have you been doing with it? I think I've been hinting very clearly how. I instantly regret this question. You're supposed to test the prototype in combat. Same difference. I can't believe we invented a ship designed to get into trouble and didn't think, oh, Saturn is the obvious choice for this. We both know why. You were an even more obvious choice than me. Fucking impetus for throwing us both out like trash. Come on, aren't you even a little happy to see a little havoc in his perfect garden? I look forward to you collecting new data. Attaboy. Channel closed. Mail and alerts. We've got new mail. Subject, pilot candidate 07. 007, Mercury interviewed. Memorial Foundation Celestial Mechanics extracted. Author, Generation 3 pilot intake. Don't worry, it's just a checkup. Historically untrustworthy scenario. It's just questions, I promise. That's not really a great way to set my mind at ease. Let's just answer the questions, okay, wise guy? Fine. Have you experienced some vertigo in the last... that was... My mouth was just like, no, let's not talk. Have you experienced any sense of vertigo or loss of balance for a period lasting more than 2 minutes in the last month? No. Have your eating habits changed recently? No. No. Mercury, work with me, please. Why? You work with me. I absolutely promise that neither I nor anyone else will do anything at all to stop you from being exactly who you want, or from whatever changes you need. Will you at least answer my questions? Sometimes, maybe. Okay, that's enough for me. I'm curious if it's a side effect of, say, life in space, or the educational programming of Dr. Nix, or in reference to your behavior or in reference to the behavior of Ippitus. No, that's backwards. Everyone seems to get whatever they want without limits in space. Why is it weird that when I do it? We wanted to test the effects of space alone, so self-induced changes could have been controlled for. Don't ask me what's in my Edacron system. It's my Edacron system. Fine, it's testosterone. I put it in there because I want it in there. Is that enough? Well, I guess that's what I needed to know. If you promise not to ask me again, I'll give you all the data cataloged about the changes. Okay, I get it. You're starting to get it. Stop treating me like a girl, and I know you've got it, and I don't know you really got it. So Mercury is trans. Cool. Recommended tactics. Extracted from Nedris OS. Self-string ship of Pearls documentation. Ship of Pearls is configured for specific outward expressions of gravity, tidal forces. The dissonant rhythms of reactor make a peaceful tidal community risky and difficult. Being cautious despite the range of penetration of this unit is capable of. The electromagnetic conduits have liquefied the electrical energy into corrupting material, a form of theoretical matter that should be used as the primary engagement tool. As a seducer-saboteur model, its unit's functions are inherently insidious. Rather than armor, the plastics are infinitely malleable and regenerate. It is safer to take damage head-on as the opportunity to infect rather than avoid. The unit can be contained, restrained, and impeded physically and tidally. Okay. So, we should take damage head on. Okay. It's just the logs. Oh, we can still do this one. We can do both of them. Cool. Please tell me how you're gonna be engaged in. Please tell me how long you're gonna be engaged in this time. May I stress again, it's incredibly dangerous, giant waste of time. Until they start sending someone interesting after you, Mercury. The whole fleet would be after you if you hadn't damaged the entire launch hangar when you stole that. They couldn't even take me out while I'm flying this. This thing. No, but it won't stop him from trying. At least let me stress that this info packet is a gift purely to prevent your self-ship from falling into enemy hands, and not an indication of any sort of forgiveness. Let me worry about Ippitus, Mercury. He's gonna be a lot less grumpy when I clear the way for us and Celestial Mechanics to return to the native sphere. I've got it all figured out. You absolutely didn't, but okay, did you read the info packet? Ace Memorial Foundation pilot Lunaterra is in hot pursuit with escorts. Plan to attack the lab. Arrive after you escape, but do not engage under any circumstances. Boring. But part of this is good. I don't expect you to control your impulses, but given everything... I don't expect... This is probably Ippitus talking. I don't expect you to control your impulses, but given everything that you're like, that she is the last person you should be trying to fight on purpose. Sounds like I should definitely fight her on purpose, right? I hate you. Oh, come on. The carrier is never gonna make it out of the system if I don't. You don't know how to pilot your ship. She's a veteran since the Cold War. You're gonna get yourself captured and humiliated and the ship trashed. So you're saying there's no downside. Why are you doing this to me? And she's 6'1", huh? Your attention to detail is so useful sometimes. You're using me to cruise? Your taste is so awful. Ugh, I hate you. Oops, looks like one of her escorts is in range. Sorry, gotta go. Surprise is all I've got, you know. Lunaterra. Oh, we need a new voice. I wish Europe would stop sending me boys who can't control themselves. Have fun dismantling my escorts. With a string of pearls, with the string of pearls fingers, Saturn carefully peels the mechanical musculature out of the poor ship's arms she's holding, a souvenir of the last Lunaterra's escorts that she sent crying easily back to their base. It's still sparking and oozing, and Saturn wishes her ship had a mouth so she could suck it out like crab meat. Maybe it does have a mouth. The machine has many mysteries the manual doesn't explain, and Saturn is still learning them. Though I suppose Europa learned her lesson about sending me girls who can't control themselves. Oh really? Hey, that's really interesting. Mind telling me more? Oh, she's a hacker too? How amusing. There's nothing too interesting on this comm frequency. You flatter me. But hey, what did that mean exactly? Tell me about the girls who can't control themselves. I really want to hear more. It means back up that talk first. Or can you land a hit off the comms? Lunaterra's gravitational field focuses on to a single point. Lunaterra isn't budging. She's been through much worse, and so has her ship, followed always by a thin trail of bleeding wounds she could never completely repair. The Mare Chrysostom is over 2 seconds long. Ugh. My mouth just sometimes decides that talking is bad. The Mare Chrysostom is over 2 decades old, but Saturn can't even land a hit. It's regal and stiff, dressed in cold metallics, weathered and refurbished, the archetypical prototype of all other ship sleeves, still going after all these years. Still furiously untouchable, and String of Pearls hasn't gone down no matter how much she's rammed with that spear, but she hasn't even nicked Lunaterra's ship once. Not bad at all for a joyride, but can't get one hit in. Good thing you don't want to win by looking cool. No mercy for newbies? No. Lunaterra puts a stake of solid light through String of Pearls' leg and pins it to its own gauze wrapper. It doesn't hurt at all. The ship's metal begins molding and reforming around the wound immediately, a ridiculously unfair advantage. Saturn has no right to complain, but she still wants to. But she is trying to be cool. Everyone wants to, when in the quiet of gleam of that always bleeding ship. Can we see a picture of the ship, please? That's a pretty amazing ship. Think it will last. Either you're fighting just for fun, or because you're that reckless. Or you're caught in your own containment wrapper and can't escape orbit yet. And you beat me for sure if I played around. I'm not done yet. It's not true. It actually is very difficult to move with a solid light bullet in your leg, but she's not gonna let that stop her. Saturn is suddenly closer than she logically could be, claws bubbling, but Lunaterra effortlessly slips away and kicks Saturn's ship directly in the chest. Yeah, you're done. The containment wrapper is still stuck to you. Your movement's off. It doesn't seem to have stopped you that much. Right? It was rude of them to try to stop me. It seems cruel to take it away when you're having so much fun with it. Same as you, right? Do I know you? Everyone knows Memorial Foundation's perfect ace. But do I know you? So I do, don't I? Let me out of this thing and I'll tell you. Why should I? Because you can't help yourself. Besides, don't you want a real fight? Can you promise it'll go different? I can promise it'll be more fun. You're asking me to totally abandon my duty and bring you back and do that instead. What, won't? You won't? The legendary pilot who defected from the Memorial Foundation, then double-crossed the rebels she abandoned them for, can't be opposed to a little fooling around with the enemy? I guess you do know me. Want to trust each other? Or is it more fun if we don't? It's more fun if they do and Saturn gets embarrassed. It's more fun if they don't and Lunaterra gets owned. It's... This is a fun game. It's more fun if they do and Saturn gets embarrassed. When the Memorial Foundation advances, never forgotten, never stole. How was that? Did it hurt? It's just weird. It's weirder that it doesn't hurt. It's easier for Lunaterra to cut through the malleable flat. This is such a cool mech look. It looks like a jackal. It's bleeding. It's easier for Lunaterra to cut through the malleable flesh of the string of pearls directly than untangle her from the wrapper. The flesh quickly reforms, so she has to work patiently. String of pearls might be impossible to destroy, even if Saturn can't land a hit. Lunaterra feels like somehow she's the one who got lucky. If just this hurt, you'd never be able to fight. Your brain is giving you more nuanced information. You're very sensitive. You're lucky. You'll get used to it. If you are serious about next time, think of yourself as something of a little bigger. I like that. Being big. I'm glad I trusted you. Stop shaking then, or ask me to go easier. Just a little easier. Of course. Do you remember me yet? I thought you remember the name of at least some of the girls you made out with in the supply closets. Your face. Just kidding, but sorry, it was worth it. You weren't kidding about still being dangerous. Every pilot knows you. Both of your reputations. You're definitely Saturn, because no one hated me as much as you. So I'm curious why you don't anymore. If I tell you, you'll owe me extra. Save it for next time you catch me. Haha, well, I'll just have to catch you again quick. All free. Now get out, before someone catches us. Ever since that day Mars began, Mars has been doomed. No, there will never be a planet Mars. That name is reserved... Never be a planet Mars. That name is reserved for places where human life, gravity, and culture reign. This is just bitter Ares, but like stingy and inedible weeds that grow out of nothing else does, Cradle's Grace is dug in, and we can't get them out. The colonies are wrecked, the terraforming engines are broken, the gravity furnaces are out of control, there's no resources left on the planet, no strategic value, this planet doesn't even exist, it is an inert rock. There's no point in fighting, there's no need to fight, ship shelves can't keep you alive alone forever, and even in the worst case, we could leave tomorrow, claim victory, and the Memorial Foundation, NSES fleet already did. Most of the Memorial Foundation NSES fleet already did. That's why there's barely any of us left, and why we can't get them out. And why don't I go home too and leave all those idiots to fucking die on a rock? What do you think we're doing this for? External communication sent August 31st, 1978 by Memorial Foundation troops. Hey, it's not like we're idiots. We know we're all doomed. This planet doesn't fulfill the requirements for human life. And life, it is just the start anyway. Don't you know that gravity is something more important, or do you understand celestial mechanics, right? You do understand celestial mechanics, right? Matter is made of tiny particles, but enough to exert gravity that stitches the universe together. Culture is made of tiny humans, and enough of it together can decide what's real and what isn't. It is really quite fucked up that this is how decisions about humans get made. Enough humans can decide anything, and then it will be true. Even about what's human and what's not. They don't have enough to wait for a deadline. They're already deciding that any human without their feet planted on Earth is in fact not a human. That's pretty unusual. That's a pretty usual thing for humans to do. No difference of any kind needs to exist. We'll just be aliens, and then they'll send the real military after us, and we'll die. But if we hold the line here for our princess to get through, and we make it to the moon, she'll open the gravity well, and then we'll get to decide. Internal communication sent January 25th, 1981 by Cradle's Grace Irregulars. It's morning on Ares, but what's time and space? If we can get our capital ship launched and refueled, the prototype retrofit with the final equipment, we'll have everything in place. Keep out of the canyons of Mars, where Cradle's Graces and Memorial Foundations are bickering. Hold the city ruins against the invading troops. Make sure that no one tries to set the oxygen ocean on fire while we refuel. It's a pretty thankless job. But me, I can't wait to see what happens next. This is the most exciting space has ever been. Before we got here, it was all just dead rock, but the best we could ever hope for was for Earth in a different place. Who needed that? Far in the distance, the moon's gravity well shines. If no one controls it before the deadline is up, Earth will take drastic steps to ensure that humanity is not divided. And while they're afraid of happening, we will ensure that it happens. We'll finally have something alien in space. Private Communications, January 26, 1981, by Celestial Mechanics, a researcher. Day 3. Ooh. Corruption. Error, mission parameters not detected. Mission results question mark for gravitational slingshot permission. Needed for gravitational slingshot permissions. Error, navigation shortlist not found. Question marks. Manual inject missions results .txt. Mission parameters found. All results perfect. Amazing. Wow, thank you, Saturn. Flight path generating. Fleet path Kronos orbit refuel on planet Ares Lagrange colony pass classified or operation Earth's moon. New standing orders coming in. Ares. Guard Celestial Mechanics fleet and refueling on Arian's oxygen ocean. Stay out of trouble and do not engage Memorial Foundation troops patrolling the immediate vicinity. Accept orders? No. Error, cannot proceed. Manual inject. Accepted. Normalizing gravitational slingshot effect. Prepare for immediate launch to Ares. Good. Okay. Be careful today. I'm never careful any day, so I'm serious this time. Iphitus is in the field today. I don't know where he's fighting, but you should be careful. Geez, you worry too much. Obviously, because you've given me so much to worry about. I mean, are you really worried? His ship self's not actually that scary. Not as scary as mine. As if that was a thing that I was worried about. What then? Oh, I'm not even thinking about letting our mutual ex touch me. I won't even fight him. I'll curve him the second tide so much as tremble against. I'll curve him the second his tide so much as tremble against my plating. Why would you worry? Why would you worry? I don't even slightly hate him less than you do. There is no possible way you hate him more than I do, but that's not the issue. That's never the issue with him. Hating him hasn't made him any easier to deal with. We were kids, though. We're older and wiser now. LMAO. Ha 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 ha. At least you are, Mercury. Hardly. Or I wouldn't be telling you. You remember how he just casually lingers his fingers a second too long on your shoulder? In front of everyone? Ugh, it was so gross. It was gross. So gross. And I loved the attention every time. It made me so smug. I loved it. It was gross. I hate him. Do you love yourself enough to not fall for it again? I definitely hate him enough to not fall for it. Do you? No, obviously. I'm still in Celestial Mechanics, so how do you think I feel? You're soaring. You've got a stupid idiot who loves you. You're soaring. You've got a stupid idiot who loves you, and you've done enough research to never have to deal with him again. And with this ship shelf, we'll have a future. So no matter what, I'll make sure he won't. More mail. Subject, Re. Celestial Mechanics, Fleet Main, misfire transmission, junk data error. Oh my god, sorry for getting back to you so late, but I was in the middle of a meeting, my phone buzzed so much the director asked me if I needed to take a call. I swear you do this on purpose. I don't think you need feedback on your nudes that quickly, even though, yes, they really are important to me, and I can't stop thinking about them or getting any of my work done for my presentation suffered greatly from my lack of focus. I expect you're prepared for a little payback after I sent you my schedule, so this won't happen again ever. Hey, you wouldn't have asked for me for my meeting time so that you could send those at the worst possible moment, would you? I already know the answer to this, so tell me, why can I never get enough of you? Deep dive. The oxygen ocean serves as both fuel yard and terraforming engine for the planet Ares, and it's the perfect hiding place for migrating Celestial Mechanics fleet. But deep down, something is reaching up for them. Memorial Foundation 400mm kiss. Memorial Foundation deploys a certain sniper to stop escape from reroutes for the resting of the mechanical fleet. All Saturn needs to do is stay out of trouble. But what's the chance of that? Yeah, that feels fair. My voice is getting really sore. It does not like talking this much. Should we maybe stop for today? I don't know. My throat hurts. Yeah, I think maybe we'll stop for today. Just I know this was a real short one, but my throat hurts. Let's. I just saved, but let's do it again, just to be safe. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about the short one today. But my throat is hurting. I'm a little under the weather, so it's not fun. I will be back Thursday. On Thursday, I will be doing. Yeah, this one's a lot of talking for you. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, it was fun. It was cute. I intend to keep playing it, and then also afterwards play another mech visual novel. So we're just gonna mech visual novels. I need to head out anyway, so it's fine by me. Okay. We're just gonna mech visual novels down the road. But on Thursday, I will be back with game design. I think we're gonna take a break from Oops All Warlocks, even though I just did a playtest that went really well, to work on something for a game jam. For a game jam where you do it based on an album, and I need someone to convince me not to just do it on the musical Cats and make a game based on that. And then I'll be back Friday with a short one, only till 2:30. With I think me and DC will be playing Smash. So yeah, you're going to do the gym too? Cool. It'll be great. Yeah, right now my backup plan / my only plan at the moment is to do it based on the musical Cats. And so I need to listen to some other albums, maybe. And if not, maybe just make a good game based on Cats. I think a Firebrand's hack based on Cats could be good. But that's all for today. If you enjoyed this, come back later. You were thinking David Bowie? That's a good choice. I stream, in case someone is watching the VODs, I stream Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays starting at noon, at noon Pacific time. So, yeah, come back and enjoy me, I guess, and the games that I play. We're playing more Heaven Will Be Mine next Monday. But until then, bye. Yes, bye. That's it.